Welcome to Pack Territory, your #1 source for Loyola sports. I'm Jane Wright.
And I'm Emma Smithers, and this is your sports report for the week of February 10th. The women's basketball team has clinched the SSAC regular season title against Stillman College. This is the second straight SSAC regular season title that they've won. The women won 65-53. The game was close, with the lead going back and forth, but the Pack was able to pull away. Sandra Kennedy got her 14th double-double of the season. The women have 2 more games in the season left. Next, they play Blue Mountain Christian.
The men's basketball team, on the other hand, lost to Stillman, 103-95 in double overtime. The game was close, with Jalen Galloway keeping the Pack in the game in the first half. Galloway had 26 points during the game. The second half, Michael Harden went on a scoring streak, and Matthew Mondesi tied the game up to force the game into overtime. Unfortunately, the Pack wasn't able to overcome the Tigers in overtime. The men are now 19-5.
The baseball team came out swinging against Dillard last Tuesday. The Pack played a doubleheader and dominated both games. The first game had Loyola winning 11-0. The Pack made 2 early runs but ran away with the lead in the 4th inning, scoring 7 runs. The second game also had Loyola winning big, 14-1. Once again, the Pack took an early lead, scoring 2 runs in the first inning. The Pack would continue running up the score. By the 4th inning, Loyola was up by 6 whenever Dillard scored, but the boys hit back by scoring 5 runs in the 5th inning, making it 12-1. The team is now 6-2 and will play tonight at 6 p.m. against #1 Southeastern.
Competitive cheer had its first competition this past weekend, where they swept the Dillard Blue Devils. There were 2 duels that day, with Loyola scoring 73.9 on the first one versus Dillard's 63.25. The Pack improved their score in the second duel to a 74.25. The cheer team has another meet against Mobile this coming weekend.
Balls flew and heads spun as the UNO Privateers swept the men's and women's tennis teams this week. The Privateers won all 7 matches on both sides. The women's matches were far closer than fans had anticipated against the D1 opponent. Coach Matt Llewellyn said he was proud of the mental and physical toughness of the women's team. The men's double matches also made some noise. One of the teams was able to get a result which forced the doubles point to be decided by another match. Both teams play next against #5 Xavier University.
Track and field had a record-breaking meet at the SSAC Championships in Birmingham, Alabama on Monday. On the women's side, Madison Acosta broke her own school record in the mile with a time of 5:19.35. She also broke the school record for the 1,000 meter. Caitlin Becknell also made a school record, jumping 1.56 meters, the second best in school history. The men also broke records. Braddock Lord got the new best time in the 60-meter hurdles with a time of 9.08. Both teams will go to Dillard this weekend to compete in another meet.
The swim team is on its second day of the Sun Conference Championship in Columbus, Georgia. Yesterday, Tate Bladen beat his best time, 20.55, for the 50-yard freestyle. He came in 3rd during the race. The women's side had Emily Cooper swim her best time in the 200-yard IM. The Pack continues to swim today in the preliminary heats, so make sure to check updates on LoyolaWolfpack.com.
Last weekend, the Pelicans were finally able to break their losing streak against the Lakers. They kept winning and are now on a 3-game winning streak, beating the Atlanta Hawks on Tuesday. Brandon Ingram dropped 30 points on the Hawk with one of his best games yet, showing he is truly back in his form. C.J. McCollum and Trey Murphy, the third, had a good night by dropping a few threes. The Pelicans play tonight at the Smoothie King Center at 9 p.m. They play the Cleveland Cavaliers.
The trading window for the NBA is open, and the Pelicans have decided to trade Devontae Graham for shooting guard Josh Richardson. The Pelicans also gave 4 second-round picks to the Spurs for Richardson. Graham is heading to the San Antonio Spurs for the time being, and we will see Richardson in action soon.
Speaking of basketball, LeBron James has become the all-time leading scorer of the NBA. The previous holder of the record was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record of 38,387 points over his career. James went into the game against the Thunder needing 36 points to overtake Abdul-Jabbar. Abdul-Jabbar's record has stood for 40 years, and many thought it would never be broken. When he broke the record, the crowd was excited for him, saying MVP. This may be the end of Michael Jordan versus the LeBron James debate.
The biggest sporting event of the year is happening this weekend. Super Bowl 57 will have the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Both teams are evenly matched with a 16-3 record. Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts make history as the first two black quarterbacks on the starting line of the Super Bowl. Black history continues to be made as Rihanna plans to perform during the halftime show. The singer had fans asking, "Where have you been?" as she stopped making music 6 years ago. The game starts at 5:30, so make sure to tune in to see the showdown.
This month is Black History Month. We want to highlight black athletes and their accomplishments. This week's highlighted athlete is Chris Olave. The rookie receiver from Ohio State led the Saints in receiving yards this season with 1,042 yards. Olave volunteers at the New Orleans Boys and Girls Clubs, passing out meals in his free time. He also mentors many children across the area. He has also met with city council members Helena Moreno and Jean-Paul J.P. Morel to learn about different ways to give back to the community. He finished 4th in the 2022 Rookie of the Year voting for the NFL.
Both men's and women's swimming have meets today at the Sun Conference Championship in Columbus, Georgia. The conference started on Thursday and lasts until Sunday. Men's and women's track and field compete today at the Dillard Classic in Joe W. Brown Park. The Wolfpack and the Rams meet as competitive cheer takes on the University of Mobile today and tomorrow in Mobile, Alabama. And baseball faces off again against Southeastern University tonight in the 3rd annual Cajun Collision presented by the NAIA Ball. The game is for 6 p.m. at the Sterlington Sports Complex. They also play Saturday at 11 a.m. against Baker University in the Cajun Collision. Saturday, women's basketball plays at noon in Mississippi against Blue Mountain Christian. The men's basketball team plays Blue Mountain at 2 p.m. Men's and women's tennis are serving in their game on Saturday at noon against Xavier University. And beach volleyball plays the University of Mobile at noon at Coconut Beach in Kenner. Sunday baseball closes out the Cajun Collision with games against Campbellsville University at 11 a.m. and Texas A&M Eagles at 2:30 p.m.
Valentine's Day will get a bit sweeter since the women's basketball team plays against Spring Hill College. The game is in the Den at noon. The men's basketball team faces off against Dalton State next Thursday at 7 p.m. in the Den.
That's it for this week's Pack Territory. Thanks for watching. Make sure to tune in again next Friday for all of Loyola sports. Have a great day and go Pack!